Yo, what's up? It's your boy, Pastor Ron, and welcome to Game Day Gospel. Today is Knicks Tape Thursday. Today talk about our Knicks. Today talk about the NBA, amongst other things. Thank you for listening, guys. The support has been crazy. The comments, the feedback, the tweets, the retweets. Thank you, man. Thank you for all my friends, all my family, all those who are behind it. I thank you a lot, man. I really want to say I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. But let's continue to push this, man. Continue to share. Put it on your Twitter feed, Facebook, if you're still on Facebook, WhatsApp, TikTok, whatever you can do. Let's push this, share this, so you could grow, man. So it could definitely be something that has grown. It's something that I did just, I can't say randomly, but it's something that I really wanted to do. And I did it, and I want to make sure, it gets out. And yo, guys, listen, if I'm rich, we all rich. If I get money off of this, we all get money off of this. Psych, nah. So, but in all seriousness, just thank you, and let's continue to, to rate, follow, comment. Like if you're the follow button is very important to the algorithm to see who follow the podcast, and it means a lot. So let's talk about the NBA. We got a lot that happened since last week. So far, the first week and a half of the season, I gave my NBA preview. As I predicted, I told you guys that James Harden will find his way onto the Clippers, and he does, and he's supposed to start, I believe, next week. It's crazy to me. The one thing I don't understand about sports, about the NBA, if the Clippers are in a power position, i.e., they're the only team that Harden will play for, why are they even negotiating with Philly? I'm telling Philly, listen, you're taking my three worst players, you're taking a second-round pick, and that's it. If you don't want it, try to find someone else to get James Harden, because no one else wanted James Harden. Because I think the Clippers gave up a decent amount. Batum, they gave up, what's my guy's name? KJ Martin, for James Harden. And this is going to be really interesting, this experiment of James Harden. Last night I watched the Clippers. Okay, last night was a few hours ago. So last night I watched the Clippers and Lakers, and that team is missing something. Ty Lue said something earlier this year. He's like, yo, for the first time since he's been here, the Clippers have a leader. For the first time since he's been there, the Clippers have a leader, a team with Kawhi Leonard, a team with Paul George. He said for the first time since he's been here, the team has a leader in Russell Westbrook, right? So the rust that we're seeing with the Clippers is not the same Russell that we saw at the Lakers, man. Like he's balling. He's not the Russ from OKC, triple doubles every night. But for this stage in his career, he's playing very well. He's doing the best he can. I really think, it highlights mental health, man. I think he was in a bad mental health spot with the Lakers, and it affected everything in his game. And, people be like, shut up and play. You're making millions of dollars. But people are just humans. Like, I don't care how much money I make. If you're going to constantly disrespect me and threaten my family, it's going to affect me. So there's no amount of money in the world that will allow that not to bother me. So this shut up and dribble nonsense where you making millions, so shut up and play the game. That's whack, yo. That's not a fair critique, a fair thing for us to expect out of any athlete. But I think now he's in a good spot. He's still in LA. He's still back home, and he's really found a spot. He really found a comfort zone in the Clippers. Now to throw in James Harden, that's going to disrupt the entire apple cart. James Harden is playing for his career. James Harden, if this does not work out, he'll be the next Russell Westbrook. He'll be the next guy that sits here and is bounced from team to team, hopping off the bench, a distraction. No one wants you, etc., etc. But here's the issue. You have 4 alpha males on that team. Russ could take a back seat, and be a distributor, but once he gets that ball, off the glass, he's going 125 miles an hour to that basket. He's gonna get his shots. But then, what about everybody else? What about Kawhi? What about PG? And eventually they're gonna get hurt. Like, to see Kawhi play back-to-back games was funny to me. And I don't know the last time he played back-to-back games. I think it's the first time he probably played back-to-back nights since he was with the Spurs. So for him to be at a spot to be able to play these games and to be at a spot where he's able to actually produce and work back-to-back is a big deal. So we also know eventually he's going to miss 25 games because of his hip or his knee, because his body's not used to doing this. So that may allow it to fix themselves, and that could be the reason why they push to get Russ so bad, because when Kawhi is not there middle of the season, they have someone to take his spot. They have someone to allow them to still produce while they load manage Kawhi and probably Paul George. Russ is playing. Russ is a baller. He's a gamer. He doesn't sit here and try to do all that. He's a baller. But I'm talking about Kawhi, who we know is just, he is the poster child for load management. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic works. And I feel that the person that's going to suffer the most initially is going to be Russ. And it sucks to see a guy who I love as a ball player to finally find his little spot, find a home, for it to be thrown off for this bum called James Harden. 4 teams in 4 years, guys. 4 teams. Like, how are people able to dictate where they want to go like this? 4 teams in 4 years. I could understand a Dame who's been loyal for all this time. He's like, yo, listen. And I think it was a mutual decision. I feel that the team wanted to get away from Dame and get some assets for Dame and to be able to build their team and to eventually long-term become a winning franchise. But I think for you as James Harden to go from the Rockets, then the Rockets, you pull that crap with the Nets. After you pull the crap with the Nets, you pull your crap with the Sixers, and now you're able to pick and choose your destination in 4 different spots. Again, the guy's playing for his legacy, because that's it. There's no more am I playing. There's no more, I'm doing a half behind job. Like, this is for his career. Like, he's in essence playing under a 1-year contract. The Clippers, side note, they're gonna have $55 million free in cap space next year. I believe they're gonna be be the team that has the most cap space, possibly, with a bunch of free agents and player options. So, listen, man, I hope it works, because I predicted them to be the NBA champions, but I just don't know, man. I don't know how it's going to work. And you got guys like Norman Powell, you got guys like Zubac. All these guys need the ball. All these guys want to do well, but it's, I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be a great experiment, a great thing to see how the Clippers work. But if it works, they're going to be a problem. But you got 4 guys, 30 plus, 2 of these guys injury prone, trying to reinvent their game, because I think the best thing for the team is for Harden to be a spot up shooter and Russ to run the point. But Harden ain't no spot up shooter. He's dribble. He's pick and roll. What are you doing? Pick and roll with Zubac? He's not a pick and the team, in my eyes, does not fit him. But dude wanted to get to LA. He was in Houston, Party City. He was in New York, Party City. He was in Philly, Party City. Now he got to the ultimate city, LA. And all is left for him is to go to Miami. And he's pretty much run the gamut of all the party cities in the NBA. So I think, it's important. And one of the questions I want to talk about is the legacy. Does this affect his legacy? will all this that has been going on with him, is this going to affect his legacy? Me personally, I don't think it matters. His legacy's set. He is the third best shooting guard of all time. He is obviously MJ. Number 2, Kobe, and number 3 is James Harden. Top 3 shooting guard of all time. Dwayne Wade is 4th. I just don't think Dwayne Wade has had a long enough run at the top to say that Dwayne Wade has no MVPs. And we're not going to talk about NBA titles because that does not affect a personal legacy. Because we can't sit here and say LeBron's the GOAT over MJ, and then say, oh, titles don't count. But then when we sit here and talk about other people like Harden versus Wade, we want to point about titles. Listen, his playoff struggles are known. Honestly, it's a lot exaggerated. His numbers are not that bad in the playoffs. Like, he's not that much of an issue in the playoffs. Let me look up James Harden. James Harden playoff stats. I'm telling you, it's not as bad as we may think. Career, he's averaged 23 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds in 160 playoff games. It's not bad. It's not historically low. He has come up small in some spots. The pressure does bust pipes. But look at last year. He had 2 great games. And is it pressure? Is it, just picking the wrong time to have bad games? I think a lot of it is the dynamic of playoff basketball, where these things that you do, where you dribble, can work in a regular season against the Raptors, may not work in a 7-game series, where teams can match up, where teams see you for a while and have the ability to adjust. So I think a lot of it determines that. This is why I don't like using playoff and postseason argument when it comes to individual rankings. But I think what James Harden did in that span with Houston, where he averaged like 30 plus points a game, where he won MVPs, I don't think Dwayne Wade never had a stretch like that. Dwayne Wade never had a season where he was arguably the best player in the league. James Harden had an argument in a league with LeBron, a league with Steph Curry, a league with Kevin Durant, where he was in the discussion as best player in the game. Point to all postseason issues, point to all that. Dwayne Wade never had that. Reggie Miller never had that. Ray Allen never had that. Any other shooting guard you could talk about never had moments like that. The top 3 shooting guys, MJ, Kobe, and Harden, had seasons or a period of time in their careers where they were viewed as the best player in the league. And like I said, that's where LeBron was in his prime. That's when we got KD in his prime. We had Steph Curry doing this thing where we sat here and said, yo, this guy Harden was nasty, and he was the best player again. Let's not sit here and look at what he's done in all these years. These last few years, fat, out of shape. Yo, look at this. In 2019, 2020, he averaged 34.3 points a game. In 68 games, 34.3 points a game, 7 rebounds, 8 assists a game in a season. 2018, 2019, he averaged 36 points a game. 7 rebounds, 8 assists, bro. We can't sit here in 2018, 30 points a game. 26-17, 29. 29.1, 15, 16, 29 points a game. Please show me. Please show me a season. Please show me a moment in time in Ray Allen and Reggie Miller. I don't know who else is the shooting guard conversation. Dwayne Wade. Please show me any point in their careers where they did that. That right there is intact. That's his legacy. That's who he is. This stuff towards the end of his career, he's getting older and he's slower. A lot of antics cannot mess up his legacy. He is top 3 shooting guard in the game. There's no one else that is comparable outside of the two I mentioned, Jordan and Kobe. They have rights to say that they're up there, they're the best ones. But outside of that, I'm looking at the list now. They mentioned Allen Iverson. I don't think he's a shooting guard, but technically speaking, he's an undersized shooting guard. So AI or James Harden. Yeah, make sure y'all mention that in the comments. AI or James Harden. I'm going with James Harden, bro. Just off those four years that I just spit out, I have to go with James Harden. That's a tough one, man. I'm not an AI fan. I think he's a jock. I was never a big AI fan. Man, it's tough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with James Harden, bro. I'm gonna stick with James Harden. James Harden did more. James Harden had assists. James Harden had rebounds. AI was just a scorer. If you're going top 3 top scorers, AI might have the edge, but James Harden did more for his team. Assists, rebounds, everything. So I have to go with James. I won't go with James Harden. It's a tough one. That's probably, I think AI's number 5. I think it's Michael. I think it's Kobe, James Harden. I don't think Dwayne Wade is an all-time shooting guard. He had a good stretch. He had one good finals run where he led the Heat. Outside of that, was he really that dominant? He was never dominant. He was never, outside that series against the Mavericks when they won the title with Shaq, he was never really dominant like, Dwayne Wade is a top player I don't think he has any first team All NBAs. I don't think he has any first team All NBAs. I don't think that. So he made 13-time All-Star. He's All NBA, All Defensive Team, but I don't see All NBA 13-star. I don't know if it's first team, second team, but I think that I think Dwayne Wade is corny. I think so. Let's look up Dwayne Wade. So Dwayne Wade, his highest point per game is, let's go, regular season, Dwayne Wade. His highest average points per game is, I want to say, this doesn't show it. Oh, here it goes. Regular season. Dwayne Wade. He scored, dang, not bad. He scored 30 points a game in 2008, 2009. Okay, I did not know this. So I guess he had one season of dominance. Not dominance, but he scored well in one season. In 08, 09, he scored 30 points a game. Everything else is 25, 26, 19, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, 22, 25, 24. That when a guy scores 4 straight years out of 29 or 30, that 1 year 30 does not impress me. Sorry, it's all good, man. He's a nice guy, great guy, but he's sorry, he's not it. So I based on that, I'll put him ahead of AI. But he's not ahead of James Harden. Like, don't be, but how do you call it? Prisoners of the moment. And we see his antics now. We forget how great that guy really is. In his prime, he was in discussion as the best player in the game. Again, with LeBron and KD and Steph Russ doing his triple doubles, he was in discussion as best player of the game. I don't want to hear the coaching and it was catered and had the ball. Don't want to hear it. He was in discussion for 4 or 5 years as possibly being the best player in the game. He has MVPs, well deserved. He was dominant. I'm not going to sit here and pick a guy who had one dominant playoff series and one dominant season ahead of a guy who had 4 dominant years where he missed very few games in those seasons as the best shooting guard. So this right here is not a legacy thing for him. This right here is not. It just is a contract thing, because if he screws this up and he plays the same dumb stuff, he could be done in the NBA. I don't see the team that will pick him up. So tell me your thoughts on that. Tell me what you think about that in the comments. What you think about what's going on with that. Also, LeBron 35, 12, and 7 last night. It's great to see what he's doing, but Lakers fans out here saying, this is great, we're gonna be okay. You guys are bugging out, because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. If you expect LeBron to have 39 minutes a game for you guys to win, y'all done. It's donezo's for y'all, man, because LeBron can't do this. This is year 21. This is not realistic, bro. For us to sit here and say that LeBron's going to sit here and do all these numbers on a consistent basis, if you think he's going to do it, he's going to end up getting hurt. That calf strain that he has, that the knee issues, that will come about because of the fact he's playing too many minutes. It's not humanly possible. He can do it in spurts. He can do it periodically. But for an 82-game season plus playoffs, it's not a sustainable model for you guys to win. So we can't sit here. This is why they came out in the beginning talking about load management and minute management. And the first thing that was done, Darvin Ham we're going to manage his minutes and play 27 minutes a game. And they lost to the Nuggets. And LeBron said, yo, Darvin, my guy, look at me now. Look, I'm captain now. That meme. Yo, I'm captain now. And he was like, nope, you're not going to do that. You're going to play me. I'm play my minutes. I'll make sure I get out here. So I want to win. So Austin Reeves was struggling. See, what happens with Austin Reeves now is the fact that he's getting some attention. He ain't that little gee golly gosh guy that people are talking about. And, an afterthought. He is a person that's getting attention now, and he's struggling. AD's playing well. I think what Stephen A. Smith said to him pissed him off, so he's playing well. But again, is this going to be consistent? So as great as it is for you guys to win a couple games, Laker fans, don't celebrate the fact that LeBron hasn't played this many minutes. It's not sustainable. It's not winning. It's just how you win. And how you guys have to win now, it's not going to work. Someone else or a couple of other folks have to step up. Guys, because we might have taken LeBron out the GOAT conversation in the league right now prematurely. He's probably playing the best basketball out of anybody in the league. We were so quick to say LeBron's too old, he can't do it, blah, 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 blah. If we sat down right now and said who's playing the best in the league, LeBron's top 2 or 3. I want to say Tatum, Luka, and probably LeBron, Shea. But Shea dropped 3 points one game. He had a bad game. But generally speaking, Shea, LeBron, Luka is doing disgusting numbers over at Dallas, who are 4-0 right now. And Jason Tatum. These are the guys that we're seeing as being the best guys. So, I don't know. Maybe, but again, it's just over a season. Let's not be stupid and be he's a GOAT now, but it's 5 games. And we got to make sure we get that figured out. So that's Lakers fan, enjoy, have fun while it lasted. But LeBron will be hurt in the middle of the year. Hey, you will see LeBron is out indefinitely, knee strain, knee issues. So let's get that. The Knicks the New York Knicks are currently 2-3. Just wanted to confirm. I just wanted to make sure I had it correctly in my mind. They are currently 2-3. They are number 10 in the Eastern Conference, behind teams like the Bulls, Pistons. We lost to the Cavaliers tonight. On a back-to-back. No RJ Barrett. He lost to the Cavaliers. The Nets are 2-2. Pacers are 2-2. I want us to understand this right now. And Knicks fans, we have to understand this right now. As long as Tom Thibodeau and Julius Randle are on our team, we are not going to go anywhere. We'll get to the first round, may win a series, win 40-some-odd games every year, but as long as we have these two bums on our team, leading our team, not just on our team, but leading our team, Tibbs is a decision maker on our team. If we're sitting here with that, we are going nowhere. One of the fallouts from this James Harden trade and what they got back, and the how they're able to probably maneuver to get another player. I'm hearing Zach LaVine, OG Anunoby, someone like that. The thoughts of Joel Embiid leaving, that's a done deal. Dunzos. He's staying. It's gonna be him, Maxey, and I think it'll be him, Maxey, Zach LaVine to run Philly. That's gonna be their big three, which will keep them there. Maxey's nice. I think he's a baller. Like, he really loves the game. I like his attitude, bro. So the fairy tale that we had of Joel Embiid coming to the Knicks is dunzos. So right now, what we're going to probably end up getting is someone like a Siakam, who's a free agent. If they don't get Zach LaVine, Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, someone of that particular ilk on this team. So Giannis is not going anywhere. They signed, so that fairy tale, Knicks fans, is done. As much as we sat there and wanted to believe it, wanted to listen to Bill Simmons say it's going to be done. Yo, we're in a bad joint right now. So we have to hope that someone, again, I don't know who is that person that can sit there and ask for a trade. I mean, Donovan Mitchell is a free agent. The tough part about Donovan Mitchell is that he and Rick Brunson, he and Jalen Brunson are a very small backcourt that will get abused. And they're both ball-dominant guys that need to ball in order for us to do it. So we're in a tough spot. We're in a tough spot. You know what pisses me off too, guys, while I'm venting about the Knicks? Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is playing for the Pistons right now. Jalen Duren is playing well for the Pistons right now. And he was a guy that the Knicks drafted last year. Or I guess 2 years ago now. He was someone the Knicks drafted 2 years ago or in two drafts ago. He was someone that we sat here and we traded away. Let's see his stats. So far this year, 15 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. Do you know why we traded this guy? Was because we needed to just give away a pick because we had no roster space for him. So we gave him away to the Pistons for nothing. Our 13th pick in that year, in the 2022 draft, we gave away to the Pistons because we had no roster spot for him. We could have not gotten Harden signed. All these tiny behind guards, Miles McBride. We could have got rid of Evan Fournier and make sure we kept this guy because coming out of college he was a decent prospect, and we got him and we just gave him away for nothing. Meanwhile, dumb behind Mitchell Robinson, who gets in foul trouble every single game, super clumsy, low basketball IQ, gets burned every single day. But this guy, a young guy that has dog in him, that had potential, we just gave away. We just gave away. We gave away. So like I said, back to my initial point, if we have Tom Thibodeau, if we have, what's this guy? What's that ball name? Julius Randle being the main guys on our team, in this franchise, we are going nowhere. Knicks fans, like all this hype, you know what I'm saying? Knicks are back, bing bong. We're gone. We're done, bro. How could this guy be our leader and he wears Skechers, bro? We can't have no captain, no main guy out here rocking Skechers, bro. What it look like, bro? Nah, fam. This is a bad John, bro. So we're you know, my Knicks, I don't know, man. We can't. And guys, let's as much as I love the guy and his effort, as much as I appreciate what he's doing, and him coming to the Knicks, and I feel he's a bargain at this point. Let's pump our brakes on Jalen Brunson, man. Great player, but don't anoint him the superstar. Don't anoint him as the guy. He's not on Dame's level. He's not even on Donovan Mitchell's level. He's like, you know, he's had a great season, did a lot of great things. I'm not knocking him for anything, but we tend to exaggerate and to put certain guys at certain plateaus that they don't deserve. You feel me? So I think it's important for us to like pump our brakes. As my boy RJ Barrett has played well this season. He's done well this season so far. He was hurt against the Cavs tonight. Last night he was hurt, but ultimately he's played well. I think he's been probably our best player. So we just need to figure things out and get rid of this. Like I hate in Manchester United. I was this way for a long time with Joe Judge, right? And Pat Shermer with the Giants. That I'm actively rooting against my teams so the coaches can get fired. As much as I enjoyed the run, I was into it. A part of me was like, damn, the fact that the Knicks got to the second round with the Heat and they were competitive, now the management going to use it as a reason to give this guy Tibbs an extension. This guy's a bum. Look, guys, listen, I've been right about, like, I know what I talk about. What's the motto of this show? The two things I know about are God and sports. I said months and weeks ago that Erik ten Hag was a bad coach for Man United. I said Joe Judge was a bum. I said Pat Shermer was a bum. And I'm telling you guys, this guy said Josh McDaniels was a bum for a very long time. The guy should not be an NFL coach. And look what happens. I'm telling you guys, this guy is not a championship coach. My problem is we know how the story is going to end. He's going to get fired. If it's not this year, it's going to be next year or the year after. Folks don't want to play for him. We have to cut ties. But I feel myself rooting against my team just to get the coach fired. Just to get the coach fired, bro. I don't understand what goes on. I don't understand what is the issue. What's happening, man? We're a team. We're a team where we're sitting here. We have no shooting. No shooting. We're sitting here and no shooting. Look at this guy. This guy, what's this guy's name? Julius Randle. Plus minus a -3. Oh, you guys who love Hartenstein, gritty 90s player sit there and die for the ball. He's a plus minus of -10. The guy who has the highest plus minus rating on the Knicks, RJ Barrett at +11. followed by Jalen Brunson with +10. It's kind of an indicator of what happens when you're on the court. Yeah, it's a product of who you're playing with. But as a rule of thumb, this shows the impact you make. When Reynolds on the court, he has a negative impact. Harden signed for all the hustle and diving and, yeah, let's go, white man can't jump vibes. Ever see Along Came Polly? Ever see that? Yo, watch Along Came Polly. It's one of the GOAT movies, yo. And you got this scene when Ben Stiller plays ball with this dude. And the dude's like, he shoots the ball and it hits the backboard. Make it rain. And it goes like over the backboard. But all this energy and all this enthusiasm and the eye of the tiger, that's Harden, son. He's a bum. He's a bum. he does all the dirty work, but he's a bum, guys. He's always getting exposed for being a bum. Yeah, he hustles, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of these coaches and we need guys with hustle, man. We need guys that have passion and play for the team. Nah, we need talent, bro. We need talent. Hustle can take you but so far, my guy. And he ain't got none. He is a backup center for a reason. He's getting main minutes on a team that we believe should be going to the playoffs and making noise in the East. And some cats out here talk about the Knicks are a dark horse for being the best team in the East. Are you stupid? A dark horse to go into the finals? Are you dumb? Frick out of here, bro. These guys are stupid. Sit here talking about this nonsense. So the Knicks are just they are who we thought. I mean, I told you this. This is not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised as to what they're doing. I'm not surprised because I knew that's who they were. That's who they were. So, weekly I want to share the top 5 team in the NBA, bro. Top 5, not top 5 records. We could look up that, but this top 5 teams playing the best. Right now it's the Celtics, bro. Celtics are balling. They're 4-0. They dropped 155 tonight on the who they play? They dropped Hawks? Yeah, they dropped 155 points. 155 points, bro. Yo, and there was no fights. Yo, son, after 130, bro, after 120, I'm punching somebody in the face, bro. So we have that. Number 2, I think the Warriors. The Warriors are balling. Again, I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know how long, because these guys are a little bit older. But as we stand right now, the Warriors, to me, are the second best team in the NBA. Number 3 are the Nuggets. The Nuggets are just doing their thing. They lost last night to the T-Wolves. They got blown out by the T-Wolves, as a matter of fact. But outside of that, they're the same team as last year. Jokic is balling, dropping triple doubles. I gotta kind of like I don't like him. I always say he's not a great player, but he's putting up numbers, so you gotta give credit where credit's due. Number 3. Number 4 to me, the Sixers. This Maxey vibe with Embiid is nice. This Nick Nurse breath of fresh air. Given that I live in Philly and watch their games a lot, they look a lot better. Also, you got Tobias Harris, who's playing well. Contract year bump, you know how that is. So he's playing well. And all these guys, Melton, I think Melton was like the player of the week in the Eastern Conference. He's playing well too. So I think they're finally being properly coached. Another big time player, and they may be the team. Number 5 is the Bucks. This Dame, I think it's gonna be a problem, bro. Like that opening night versus Sixers, how they balled out. Like, you take the ball and you do this and y'all got out the way. It's going to be crazy, bro. Where they'll take turns, or, the one thing that we got to find, we need Dame to be able to do better is to pass the ball. If he could just learn how to be a little bit unselfish and find Giannis in the right spots or create for other people, bro. It's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Whew. So, the top 5 teams, man. Those are the 5 best teams right now. Not saying any of this, but right now, as we sit, yes, I did not pick Mavericks who are undefeated. They're not a good team, guys. Let's be for real. Trust your boy. Trust Pastor Ron. I know what I'm talking about. They're not a good team. They play a lot of bad teams, and Luka has had a lot of crazy performances, but they're not that nice, guys. They're one of the top 5 teams in the NBA. I know that's not a popular thing to say. I know, how could you have a top 5 ranking? And they have, I could easily look down records and pick 5, but just watching teams and watching how they play and looking at highlights and watching a sustainable thing. And hey, if this team plays that team, because if the Mavericks go against any one of those teams I put in the top 5, they're losing, bro. They're not winning those games. So cut the crap. They're not one of the 5 best teams. So tell me what you think, man. Am I crazy? Comments. I'm on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. Share some comments. Let's get some feedback. Let's get a community going. Let this grow. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for listening on a Knicks Tape Thursday. I pray this blesses you. I pray that you gain some knowledge. Have a great week. Talk to you soon. Peace.